Chapter 10. Locked in the cellar. "Of course, this is just for your own safety, child," lied Aunt Alberta. The woman had taken her niece down to a tiny, dark, coal cellar in the vaults of the house. The walls, floor and ceiling were completely black with coal dust. The cellar was underground, so there were no windows. The only light was from a flickering candle Alberta was holding. Wagner was perched on her other hand. Stella, still barefoot and in her nightdress, had been forced to sit on the floor. Aunt Alberta towered over her niece menacingly. "You can't lock me up in here," exclaimed Stella. "It's only for your own good," replied the woman. "How can being shut away in a coal cellar be for my own good?" The girl's spirit wasn't broken yet. "Because, child, with your poor mother and father gone, it has fallen to me, your favourite auntie-wantie, to looky-wooky after you." "You are my only auntie," said the girl. "Then I must be your favourite. I know their passing must be terribly upsetting for you, as indeed it is to me." "You don't seem at all sad about it," interrupted Stella. But it didn't affect Alberta's flow. "But you must never try and run away from home again. Running through the snow, barefoot in your nightdress, good heavens, you could catch your deathy-wethy." "I need to know the truth of what happened to my parents," demanded the girl. Aunt Alberta paused for a moment. Her eyes narrowed. "I told you the truth, young lady. It was an accident. ACCEDANT. Spells accident." Each word was loud and clipped, coming out of her mouth like bullets being fired from a gun. "It's a lie!" "How dare you, wicked child? Alberta has never ever told a lie. You told me all my bones were broken. That was a lie." Stella could see the woman was becoming angrier and angrier. Her big bulbous nose was twitching with fury, but she was trying to hide it. "They were all broken, child, every last one. That's why I bandaged you up. And you lied on the telephone to my head mistress when you said I was still in a coma." "Please don't write to me moaning that I can't spell. It's not my fault that Aunt Alberta is pants at spelling. Any letters of complaint should be sent through time directly to her. Miss Alberta Saxby, Saxby Hall, near Little Saxby, England." Now Aunt Alberta let out a long, low growl. This startled the owl, who was perched, as always, on her hand. Wagner turned his head 180 degrees to see where the sound was coming from. Alberta quickly composed herself. "You'd only just woken up, child. You weren't well enough to go back to school straight away. So yes, perhaps I bent the truth a teeny-weeny bit, but only protect you, my darling Stella, well-a-woo-ah." Aunt Alberta had an answer for everything. Stella sighed. "I'm really hungry and thirsty." "Of course you are, you poor dear. Wagner can do one of his special shakes," said the woman with a flourish. "Shakes?" asked the girl. "Yes, like you had when you were in your coma. So nutritious. In fact, I have some very tasty ingredients in my pockets. He can chew them up for you, so it's in liquid form." "No," protested Stella. Aunt Alberta started rummaging through her pockets. "What do you fancy?" she asked cheerfully. She pulled out a cockroach and a field mouse. "Cockroach and mouse shake?" "No," protested the girl. Aunt Alberta did some rummaging. Sparrow and toad drink? No. What about a nice worm and mole smoothie? No. Other shake flavours available included otter and snail, tadpole and vole, chaffinch and caterpillar, bat and spider, frog and wasp, moth and foxcub, hedgehog and centipede, stoat and hornet, eel and grasshopper, grass snake and newt. Wagner was becoming overexcited at seeing all this food, and was bobbing his head and squawking in delight. His mistress dropped a handful of these poor unfortunate creatures into his bill. The owl began swirling them around in his mouth. "You can have them all together. What a special treat!" "I think I'm going to be sick," said Stella, covering her mouth. "There's a bucket in the corner, child. You can do your toilet-woilety in there too. Your poo, poodle pops, and your wee willy wee wees." The woman turned her attention back to her owl. "Wagner, swallow." The food slipped down his throat. "There's a good owly-wowly." Alberta kissed him on his bill and trotted over to the metal door. "You can't leave me here," protested Stella. "It's for your own safety, child. We can't have you trying to run away again now, can we?" "Well, where are you going?" asked the girl. "I need to find those deeds. They were nowhere to be seen in your father's study. I tried interrogating Gibbon, but the old fool mistook me for a horse. He kept trying to pat me and feed me sugar lumps from his hand, saying, 'Nice horsey.'" Stella tried to stifle a laugh as her aunt continued. I've turned this house upside down looking for those deeds. When your father's will was read, he said he had hidden them somewhere. I would never find them. It's absolutely infuriating. Alberta stamped her feet on the floor in frustration before she looked down at her trembling niece. Are you sure you don't know where they are, child? Yes, replied Stella, a little too fast this time. Alberta could sense the child was lying. Surely your dear papa would have told you his darling daughter. No? Stella gulped again. She knew exactly where the deeds were. Her papa had told her his hiding place, and it was ingenious. It was somewhere the late Lord Saxby was convinced that his sister Alberta would never ever look. Can you guess where?